the internet, a breeding ground for innovation, connection, and, increasingly, terror. Our story takes us into the darkest corners of this digital landscape, where a killer found a voice, an audience, and a twisted sense of purpose. They called him the 4chan Killer, an anonymous figure who haunted the image boards, leaving a trail of cryptic messages and horrifying threats. Little did anyone know, these online pronouncements were about to bleed into the real world, forever changing the lives of many. This is the story of the digital phantom who brought terror to the online world, and the collective fight to unmask them. The case first gripped the public imagination with a series of disturbing posts on 4chan, an online image board known for its anonymity and often extreme content. These posts, filled with violent imagery and threats, were initially dismissed as the ravings of an attention seeker. However, the tone soon shifted. Real-world details, locations, and names began to appear, transforming the online dread into something far more sinister. The authorities were brought in, but the clock was ticking. The killer was playing a game, and the stakes were terrifyingly real. Unmasking the killer became an obsession for both law enforcement and the online community. Who was this person hiding behind the screen? What drove them to commit such horrific acts? As investigators delved into the depths of the internet, they uncovered a disturbing profile. The killer was a master manipulator, adept at using the anonymity of the internet to their advantage. They understood the power of fear, of misinformation, and they wielded it with chilling precision. The digital trail was a tangled web of aliases, VPNs, and dead ends. Every time investigators felt they were close, the killer would vanish, only to reappear with a new taunt, a new threat. The chase was exhausting, frustrating, and fueled by the chilling realization that they were dealing with someone incredibly dangerous and disturbingly intelligent. The more they learned, the less they felt they understood the mind of the monster they were hunting. 4chan, a sprawling online forum notorious for its lack of oversight and extreme content, became both a hunting ground and a macabre stage for the killer. The site's structure, with its numerous boards dedicated to various topics, allowed the killer to blend in, to disappear into the noise, and to resurface at will. They used this to their advantage, dropping clues, taunting authorities, and even engaging with other users, all the while maintaining their anonymity. The killer reveled in the chaos they created, feeding off the fear and speculation that spread like wildfire through the online community. 4chan, with its culture of anonymity and often nihilistic humor, provided the perfect environment for such a figure to thrive. It was a breeding ground for the darkest corners of the human psyche, a place where the lines between reality and fantasy blurred, and where the consequences of one's actions could be easily dismissed. The killer understood this, and they exploited it masterfully. As the body count rose and the killer's taunts grew bolder, the 4chan community, often criticized for its apathy and toxicity, found itself at a crossroads. Some users, reveling in the chaos, encouraged the killer, treating the real-world events like a gruesome online game. However, a growing number felt a sense of responsibility, a moral obligation to stop the horror they had unwittingly become a part of. A digital army of amateur sleuths emerged, determined to use their internet prowess for good. They scoured through posts, analyzed messages, and collaborated with law enforcement, sharing information and leads. They understood the platform, they knew its secrets, and they were determined to use that knowledge to bring the killer to justice. It was a race against time, a battle fought in the shadows of the internet, with lives hanging in the balance.